So, first of all, I have a question for you guys. I want to know if you've ever heard of the legend of Lechuza. Raise your hand if you have. Always very few people. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Who else? Anybody else? Okay, over here, 4. That's fine. I'm going to tell you my version. The way I heard it, or rather, let me tell you the way I rehashed it. Because I heard it told it another way. Okay? And then, of course, today I'm going to add something different. Okay, perhaps. And as you know, in storytelling, I don't know if you've ever been exposed to storytelling, but sometimes we just end up telling a story and we change it up or we add to it. Kind of like when rumors spread. Yes? It's about the same thing. Okay, so this story is told in Mexico and South Texas. Guess what? We're in South Texas. So the fact that only 4 of you have heard it worries me a little bit. Okay? Now, the legend of Lechuza goes like this. The way I heard it is, so there's this woman who had a son, and her son was killed by a drunk driver. Okay? And she says, guess what? I'm going to go and visit the devil. She sells her soul to the devil, but she always wants something in return. Right? Isn't that how it is? The devil always wants something in return? Yes or no? Okay? Why do you think she sold her soul to the devil? Anyone? Wild guess? Revenge, perhaps? Why revenge? Well, we'll see. She said, you know what? I want to avenge my son's death. Because I hate all the drugs. I can't stand them. And I want them dead, or I want to hurt them, just like they hurt my son. The minute that this lady known as Lechuza sells her soul to the devil, she immediately turns shriveled, white-haired lady. And she has the power to turn into an owl. Okay? La Lechuza. Some people call it the witch owl. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's very famous. Okay? So what happens is she curses the bar district. And she says, here, El Rincón del Diablo, nobody from here will walk out without getting hurt, or nobody will walk out without dying. And this Rincón del Diablo was set in a location, you know, out in the wilderness, filled with tall, tall trees and a dirt road. Okay? So, Cristina reminded Don Fidencio, who is our main character. She said, Don Fidencio, you better not go out tonight. No salgas. Whatever, Cristina. I don't believe you. She said, the Lechuza's out. You know that. You know you're supposed to be at the house before sunset. So he says, a mí no me hace nada. Yo soy fregón. I am a big, you know what, okay? So he says that. And he says, whatever, I'm strong enough, I can fight her off. Okay, Cristina said, I warned you. So he leaves and he's like, whatever, Lechuza. So he continues, and guess what? Today he's so upset at Cristina that he drinks more than usual. And the bar closes at what time? We should know this. I know, I forget, you're in high school, you don't know this. Okay? The bar closes at 2. Now you know. Okay? So the bar closed at 2 and they said, hey, you know what? Get out of here. Ya váyanse, bola de borrachos, you bunch of drunks, get out of here. And Don Fidencio's like, ay, me voy de aquí. Okay? So he's super down leaving. Okay. So he walks down the dirt road, right? And all of a sudden he hears borracho. And he's like, who is that? Who's that? Who's that? And he's like, oh, wait, no. And he's stumbling and he's zigzagging. You've seen those borrachos, right? He's like, oh, no me hace nada. Won't do anything to me. So he hears again, borracho. He's like, what? Out of nowhere, he hears just some flaps. Okay, the flaps of wings, right? And all of a sudden he gets attacked. And his face, he starts attacking his face and tearing at his face. And he eventually takes out one eye and she keeps attacking, borracho, borracho, you're a drunk, I hate you. Starts attacking him. And he's like, no, déjame, leave me alone. Wait a minute, I thought Don Fidencio was fregón. I thought he was a true, you know what, right? But I guess not. So he keeps crawling on all fours like a scolded dog and trying to get away until eventually she gets what she wants. He tore his eye out. She tears it out and she flies out into the sky. And he's crawling back home, cries all the way. He's like, oh my God, I should have listened to Christina. And then he gets home. And he's panicking and he's shaking the doorknob and he's like, oh my God. And eventually he turns back around and then it's like an old lady's pointing at him and says, Rachel. And she, in a puff of smoke, she's gone. It is said that after that night, he never drank again. And he's always home before sunset. What do you think?